Kanele remembers.
Hello there, dear listener. I welcome you all to the program we call Kanele Remembers. This particular one will profile people that have done something very, very important to motherland. It may be here in Zambia, wherever, as long as we have an opportunity to speak with them and share that important story that you may need to know about this particular personality. Our main focus and emphasis today is the man that we have come to know, most of us, as a politician. But this man is a community leader. This man is a teacher. This man is a Lottin one. He goes by the name Mr. Chifumu Chipeta, or Mr. Chipeta Chifumu, if you like. And today we want to know more about him. What has he been up to? Has he really achieved what he needed, what he was dreaming about as a young person? Those are some of the questions that you may be asking yourselves today. I'm Stephen Nkoma, the host and producer of this program. Mr. Chipeta, I would like to thank you so much for sparing your busy schedule to just speak to us and share your life history with us. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Steve. Personality. That's what you want. We're going to talk about personality here. Steve, there's a philosophy. I think everybody has a philosophy that directs him in what he does, including you. As for me, I've looked at life as if I look at a human being. Human being has many parts. We have the head, we have the heart, we have the mind, the brain rather, we have the feet, we have the hands. So we say, where am I in this unity, which is called a human being? In other words, who am I in this society? Where am I? What am I able to do that can make a whole of this? Because a head is useful, so is the heart, so are the legs, so is all. So which part? The function I have chosen, which I think is me, is that I have chosen that I'm the heart of a society.
Thank you so much. Take us way back into time. When were you born? From where? And how was your life back then?
Thank you so much. I was born in the village, Gwatula village, to a father and mother, both Tumbuka. I was born on 18th October 1948.
Wow.
Today I should be about 74, 73.
You're older than Mother Zambia.
But I think I am 10 years younger.
Wow.
That's how I feel, and that gives me energy. That years are nothing. Age is nothing.
Where exactly is Gwatula village?
Gwatula village is in Lundazi, in Chifumu. Chifumu, there's a village called Gwatula, which was founded by my father, Lighton Chipeta, Sekwayo. So he passed on 2002, and I took over as headman. Then I've left it also to my son, Nicholas Chipeta, because I feel I'm old, and I feel the young ones can also contribute. As we see them grow, we help with the administration of the society. So I've given it to them, to my son, Nicholas Chipeta.
All right. I know there should have been a myth back then where people didn't value education that much. You are a learned person. Way before we know the level of the education you have acquired and all that, Let's get to look at your school days. How were they then, and which specific school did you go to from the village?
From the village, I did my sub O
Uh-huh.
and A, then 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Wow.
We had sub O,
Uh-huh.
sub A,
Uh-huh.
and then sub 1, sub 1. I mean, sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, sub 4, or sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, and 4.
Okay.
The sub were actually days when we were not using any material other than the floor.
Okay.
How to shape your letters, how to do your counting without wasting material. Until when you are ready enough, so when you went to stand 1.
Okay.
Stand 1, then you began to work with the pencils. And then you went on, about stand 3, you began to work with the pens. By then you had perfect handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Bindula, or Karinko if you like, which is at Kambombo in Chama.
Wow.
In Chama, my father, even in those days, was a standard 6 man.
Uh-huh.
So after he served as a policeman in Dola, he moved to here and then got a job as a education counselor.
Okay.
Not this counselorship we have.
Uh-huh.
There was you could say education manager in those days.
Okay.
Because he was in charge of creating schools, if you like, establishing schools.
Mm-hmm.
The whole of Malambo, Chief Chikwa, Chief Chikwa, Chief Kambombo, Chief Tembwe, Chief, all those chiefs in the Chama. Sorry, so-called Chama now. All those were under him. He was establishing schools.
Okay. So
that time, that's when I also was privileged to be at the Kambombo headquarters, Kalinko, the Koit, up to now, the headquarters of the Chief Kambombo, and did my 6 years, sub O, sub A, sub 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Then from there, I moved from there. Then my mother moved on from there. She came to the village now.
Okay.
Because my father had married another wife.
Okay.
So my mother said, I'm going back home to Kwatula. It didn't affect me because I went straight to a boarding school, Emusa.
Wow.
I went to Emusa for my standard 3.
By then, Emusa was a boarding school?
Was a boarding school, Emusa boarding school. It covered, it was from standard 3 to standard 6.
Which year was that?
That year was, I did my sub A and O and up to what have you at Kambombo from 1995, 1955 to 1958. But okay. Then 1958, that's when I went to 58. This is when I went to Emusa.
All right.
I was there 58 up to 1962.
Okay.
This is the time when I did my primary schools. Then upper school, lower primary, and the upper primary. May I mention at this time that I had a friend of mine, who from word go from standard 3 up to now we still are friends.
Wow.
We were in the same class. We were still living. Bizwayo Nkunika. You may have heard of Bizwayo Nkunika.
Yes.
Once the ambassador, PS, whatever. Those are my classmates and we were childhood friends. So it's then we had by then there were no secondary schools here. London was not established by that time. But then in San 6 we had to go. There was an examination and the choice was very stiff for secondary schools. And from Emusa, only 3 of us managed to go to secondary school at Chizongwe. Wow. From here. So for Chizongwe, we went, how many of us? Only 3. Me, Bizwayo, and Fortsban, the late. So we went to Chizongwe, and that's where I did my Form 1 and Form 2. Form 3 is a story.
A story that, can we share it today?
Yes, we can.
Let's go ahead.
Because those are the days when biopolitics was at its high.
Yeah.
Even us, though we were young, were affected. So we could talk politics in the boarding home, even at school. That time, when I was in Form 2, the term 2, term 3, that is, going towards the exams. Mrs. Nelson was a teacher of English.
Okay.
Our teacher of English. Mrs. Nelson was the wife of the principal.
Mm-hmm.
But then the principal was Mr. Nelson.
Okay.
So this lady, we were talking in class. She came to teach us, and then I don't want to. She suspected that we were trying to laugh at her or talking politics. So she came and hit me with a ruler on my head.
Oops.
And then I said, "Hey, you can't beat me, you white."
Wow.
I think I was about 14, 15 years old. Madam Nelson, she cried.
Just from that statement you made.
You can't beat me, you white woman. And the word white, I don't know how it came, because those days we
sounded racist, or
racist,
you were racist
time,
and all.
but freedom fighting was going on outside us.
Yeah.
We were fighting against the whites. So even for us, we were caged in the school. We still had that feeling that the blacks one day will rule themselves. And this woman, a white woman, beating me, no. I'm the owner of Zambia. But there's also Zambia. But no way.
Confirm to us, did that mean the majority of your teachers then were whites?
Yes. In fact, we had a lot of teachers. White. It was whites, Indians, South Africans, Nigerians. We had all sorts of teachers. And we had Mr. Ngobongwani. He was South African, a politician. Yeah. He was a member of the ANC in South Africa.
Okay.
And then I think he left South Africa, maybe whatever. Then he was teaching in Zambia. He was our teacher. It's Ngobongwani.
Okay.
A black man. And then he's from South Africa. Then we also had Mr. Elas Chipimo, senior, the father of this Elas Chipimo. But he was our teacher also. He was a Zambian. Then there was also Mr. Majura, R.R. Majura. He just died now. He was a Dr. Majura at this time.
Okay.
He was also a Zambian. In fact, Majura came from Malambo. They are related to Professor Goma.
Okay.
If you may have heard of him. So when I did what I did, the lady went straight to her husband, and the husband called me, and it was just an order. You little boy, you are expelled.
Which school was that?
Zongwe Secondary School. I was in Form 2 by then.
Which year exactly was that?
That was in 1963.
Before the independence?
Yes.
Wow.
I was expelled. I was ordered to leave the school. Now, my friends were laughing. So I went to the boarding home, crying, of course. I didn't know what I'd done. And then my future
didn't you know the meaning of the statement you had made?
Oh, it didn't matter. You are children. To us, we are learning, yes, but it is outside. They're talking of politics. They're talking of independence. They're talking of against the whites. For us, that was the air.
Yeah.
So, little did I know that when I went home to the boarding home, I packed my goods, my little cholas, my little bags.
Yeah.
A suitcase by then. And crying. Then in the afternoon, I found that I was called by Mr. Majura. He said, don't worry. These whites, they will go. And you're not going to be expelled. You will not go. You'll be punished for being insubordinate to a teacher, but you're not going to be expelled. you have bright children. We can't afford to lose you, because this is what we want you people to lead this country. I was comforted.
Yeah.
Of course, I was in punishment for 1 week, and then I was given chance to write the exams. After the exams, then I went home. Little did I know, they put a note, said, the condition is that you write your exams, but you're not coming back for Form 3.
Oops.
So I went home. The results, those days they were marking quickly, you know, within a week, you have your results.
Yeah.
Form 2. I got my results at home here in Undazi, and with a letter of what? Suspension, never to go back again.
Oops.
So from there is another story, because now my education was over and I was 16 years of age. About that, I had to leave school. Went to Lusaka. I mean, then Daddy says, "Aha, here you are, boy.
Uh-huh.
You are big money. If you can fight whites, therefore you are big."
Wow. What a father.
I sent you to go learning, but you are fighting whites. You can go, so go away from me. In fact, I think you are a big man. And I was only 16. I was crying literally.
Wow.
So I left home. I didn't know Lusaka, but that's where things were happening.
Where was Dad then?
That was he was at Kambombo, still more education counselor.
Okay.
That he was a manager of schools, if you like.
You're right. And then you decided to go to Lusaka. Who was in Lusaka?
In Lusaka, there was a man who was called Mr. Matondo Piri.
Okay.
Next village. This man was working for the council and used to live in Kawata.
Okay.
Those round houses in Kawata, by then, round houses.
They're still there.
So they gave me, so my parents said, you go, and here is what? Here is an address. When you reach Lusaka, go to the council police people. They call the municipal council police people. They will direct you at this number. So that's how I took my little bag. went on. By then it was not UBZ, it was Sacha.
As you were heading to Lusaka, what was in your mind? What were you going to do there?
Form 2 was a great achievement. Because many people were stand 6. The many that were left behind were stand 6. But we, the 3 of us, were Form 2. Means we were we were the cream.
Okay. And
Form 2 was a standard where you can do anything. It's like, but then it's like a grade 12 of today, if you like.
Okay.
Yeah, you had access to any job. And by then, you are talking of Zambians, there were no schools, very few schools. So the way the Form 2 ones were, when I went there, it's another story again, because it was easy for me.
Okay. Take us through your journey to Lusaka.
But I want to come back to what happened when I was... Okay, I'm now in Lusaka.
Yes.
I'll tell you what I was doing in Lusaka then. Then I got, about some 2 months later, I got a letter. They said, they want you back at Chizongwe.
Oh.
The teacher said that young man must come back to school. My father sent me a telegram.
Wow.
Can you come back? They want you at Zongwe. I said, no, thank you. I've tasted adult life. You said I'm old. I'm not coming back.
What a time to hit back.
No, I'm not coming back. I'm now old, according to you, Father. I can't be near you now. Thank you. I'm grown up. You have weaned me. That's how my school ended in Form 2 with a certificate. But it was good, because all I did there, within a week, Mr. Matondo said, there are pieceworks. So I went at the High Court, that same High Court.
Yeah.
They were selling newspapers. Newspapers.
Was it the same?
Daily Mail.
The same year, 1963?
No. That's now 1964.
Okay.
64 area. 64 was supposed to be in Form 3.
Okay.
So You remember there was a time when went by we had to do 6 months, what have you, just to catch up with time, just before independence. So exactly times. So okay, when I was there, the newspaper, I was selling newspapers, sitting at the High Court, if you know it very
Yes.
well. Then reading through, there was an advert for what's to say, court clerk and court interpreter.
Uh-huh.
So just there. So I went in, left my newspaper. I saw it about for 1 week or so.
Yeah.
So I had to answer to that call. Went there, no problem. I was employed as what? Job on training as a court clerk.
Wow.
Local court clerk. That was the beginning of my professional career now.
Okay.
So I think that's what he wanted just to announce that I left my school at from 2 level.
Okay.
Because from there, then you shall see how else I propelled to have degrees.
All right. You got that court job as a court clerk. Share with us, how was it?
Well, it was, you can hear from my English. I was good at English, so recording wasn't a problem, and what have you. Then, to run through quickly, we were trained for some months there. Then we were transferred. I was transferred to go and work at Liteta Court. Liteta is in Kawe. Chief Liteta. At Chief Liteta, I was there for a brief moment only, and then taken to Kawe. From Kawe, for a short time again, I was taken to Mufulira. So I went to Mufulira in 1964. So I was there. All this. When they were doing the independence celebrations, I was in Mufulira by then, working. So we were there in 64. That's when I was there in Mufulira working for the courts.
Okay.
As a court clerk.
So from Lusaka, they deployed you to the Copper Belt.
Yes. To Kawe Rural, Liteta, Chief Liteta, Kawe Urban, quickly transferred to Mufulira. Kat Kamchanga. Kamchanga, there's a compound called Kamchanga Local Court. From there again transferred to main court Kwacha. That's in Mufulira. And I was there from that March to until 1968.
Yeah.
About 4 years working for the courts. I rose, of course, from clerk to administrator. Say clerk, senior clerk, clerk in charge of local court.
Okay.
Of Kawata.
But was this a dream job you really needed when you were in school?
No. I thought I was going to be a soldier. Well, not a soldier, because we used to do scouting.
Okay.
At school at Musa. So to us, scouting, going out in the bush, doing that, those challenges made me feel I think I'm going to be a soldier. But there was no choice. In fact, I was not near there. No, not that I tried. I didn't even try, but it was just swept to be what I was doing now. And I had no choice because there was money.
Okay.
And you are young, you are discovering, so you have no choice but to try.
But for how long were you working for the courts?
4 years, 64 to 68.
Then
1968, something came up. There was a friend of mine, late of course. He trained at Charles Rwanga. He said, my dear friend, be a teacher. We can apply at Charles Rwanga to be a primary school teacher.
Did you really want to be a teacher in the first place?
No.
But why the change?
Just there were some incidences at the local court. Tired of, when you're young, you make a lot of mistakes.
I hear you.
Yeah. Remember I said there was going to be a soldier?
Yes.
So there was that element in me. In fact, when the Kwabet, we had that where we were training how to be boxers in public. So it added on to that kind of violence. There, I think there was some kind of some indiscipline which I recorded in the circle. So before being expelled, or being charged, I decided to leave the profession. Because I
So
didn't see.
that racist tag that you had put out there wasn't by mistake, was it?
I think it was real. It was real in that they were blocking us. To us, they were blocking us. So racism, to us, as it was pronounced those days, we could feel. And then now we had after independence, that's now 64 or 68, we had a lot of things to do on our own. The whites, we didn't look at them as enemies. They were colleagues, maybe even lower than us, the way we felt, That freedom kind of, during the KK's freedom, they gave the little people, the educated ones, were looking like masters in the game.
All right. Your colleague says go for teaching, man.
I went for teaching at Charles Wanga in Monze, Chikuni. I trained there for 1 year. Then, of course, you train for 1 year. It was crash programs.
Yeah.
1 year. The next year, for 2 years, the program, you do it in the field. I went there for 1 year, completed, went to the field. The second year, from there, that's when I went to. I was sent to, after completion at Charles Wanga, I was posted to Mishikishi in Kawe. Primary school, Mishikishi in Chief Mushiri. Was there for 1 year, posted to Lubendo. Lubendo Primary is in Chief Chiwala.
Okay.
In Dola.
You seem to have moved a lot, but the time that we've spent together, our conversations have not actually taken us to a way that you can easily speak Tonga, you can easily speak Pemba. Were you accustomed to English and Tumbuka just?
I was very good at English. Tumbuka was non-existent from just when I left Lundazi. It was Nyanja. From there I went to Olkwabot for all those 4 years. Ichibemba fitwalenda lyonse. I became a Bemba almost. Tonga, of course, in the Hipano Nibia, because I was only for 1 year there. Language-wise, we fitted in. It was Bemba, Bemba Nyanja. So that is, if you like.
Okay.
Then after my teaching, I mean, I was a teacher. Okay, now from Luvendo, transferred to where in 1970. 70 when transferred to where now to Luvendo, to St. Bonaventure Primary School, which is in Chifumu in Dola. So 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76.
You lasted long
6
in
years
the education sector.
Not only that, primary I was there. All these years I was in Dola. And it's a beautiful life to one day when I was young, whatever, I was a primary school teacher for others. Then I realized that by then my friends were already done their degrees.
Oof.
So I said, I'm enjoying, So I went back to books.
After saving all those years, that's when you now decided to upgrade.
Yeah. So I said, and those days you could sit 2 times a term, 2 times a year. So I did 2 years, two, and I was through. Within 2 years, I was through with my GCE.
Okay.
GCEs. And then what did we get? Now, but maybe for your interest, during the time I was in Dola, I was interested in theater.
Wow.
Lowenta theater, drama as part-time.
Had you done drama in school back then?
We were doing it at primary level at Hemusa.
Okay.
We didn't do much at Zongwe. But then there was that in me that I could do drama. So in Dola, I was low theater. We acted there lower with whites. Then while I was studying, because they were doing that at part-time. Then in 1976, I applied for University of Zambia. By then I'd done my O levels,
Okay.
and at the same time,
Which year was that when you did your UNZA application?
ONS application that was in 70. What was that? 76. Yeah, in 1976.
Wow.
When I did my in 1976, I was out to the university, but I could not have gone to university because I had another chance to go to Glasgow University to do theatre.
Wow.
I was given opportunity by the Royal Theatre. The Whites arranged that I go and do drama and theatre in Glasgow, in England. At the same time, the same week, I got a letter from University of Zambia that I can go there on mature entry to go and do a degree.
Which one did you pick on?
I picked UNZA. Why? Not me. Dad said, my child, you can't go out of Zambia. Because I was the firstborn. I was a twin. My sister left and we didn't talk about that. I was born a twin.
Okay.
Yeah, Chifumu is the elder.
Yeah, I was thinking of the name.
Yeah, Chifumu is the elder of the twin. The young sister was Nyuma. Okay, she left us 7 years later. Now, they said I was supposed to be at the University of Zambia. He said, go to the UNZA, to University of Zambia. But by then, University of Zambia was heaven, my friend.
Yeah.
And my young brother, Billy, was at a large university in North Carolina.
Wow.
Billy. So that young brother was out of the country. My father didn't want me to go out as well to Britain. So he said, do it here at UNZA. That's why I said, listen to my father. I went to university.
Who at a certain point told you were an adult.
Yeah. Both were good.
Yeah.
University degrees. So I went for UNZA. And UNZA, the 4 years at UNZA up to 1980, when I graduated, it's another story. Otherwise, I went there full time at the University of Zambia. I did my studies until 1980.
Uh-huh.
1980.
Were you still teaching by that time?
Yes, incidentally. Thank you. We were teaching. I was teaching. I went there as a what you call mature agent. I had my job already reserved. And
Wow.
then at UNZA, we used to get 2 pays. One at UNZA itself, as a student, meals, books, Again, also at salaries.
Ooh.
As a teacher. They were encouraging us to get educated. Then Kaunda wanted us to get educated. So he didn't deprive us. He didn't punish us for not. You could be at university, receive your salaries, and again still continue to learn. You didn't lose anything.
But what was your specialization in education? What were you teaching exactly?
We went there in humanities, but I wanted to do economics. But somehow I decided to continue with my teaching career.
Okay.
And it benefited me because when I graduated as a teacher, by then I was old, by then I was mature. Remember? I used to tell my colleagues who were together about UNZA to Afana, to Chakokutani, the young ones from college.
Yeah.
I'll be your headmaster. From here, I'm going to head you. He thought I was joking. When we graduated 1980, was posted to where? To Chizongo. Straight away, I was geography. It was my specialty, geography and English. I was there teaching geography, head of department. I became geography head of department, then deputy head. After Mr. Mwanza, then I headed the school, Chizongo Secondary School.
You went back to the school that ejected you early.
And when I went there, Steve, I had to go into the files now.
Goodness.
Guys, they were there, and my name was there.
Yeah.
Expelled.
What?
So I was saying, I was expelled, but here I am now. At the school where I was expelled, I became a pupil there. I taught there. I headed the school even. So, as a student, teacher, a headmaster, I call that a destiny. To me, it was a destiny. No one can stop one when God has ordained. So, That's why I say I am the heart of things, because I feel that there is in me is a contribution towards society which God has meant for you. Teaching is you got to have a heart. I loved teaching. I love community. Like you are saying, you know me in politics, what have you. But if you can see what is there, it is the kind of heart that I have for the people and for whatever. And mind you, I don't care whether I'm at the, in fact, you wouldn't see me at the top, at the head of the table. Usually, when the Chifumu Chipeta see, they won't know me. They would hear of me, learn of me, but never know me. It's like the heart inside you that beats you, but it gives you a lot of energy and life, but you don't see it.
I know you were at Chizongwe. Was it your exit point? Is it where you retired from?
No, thank you. At Chizongwe, it was after after heading to school, the headmaster, who was Mr. Masaninga, late, came to take over his school after he went for his master's in Australia. I was transferred from there.
Okay.
To St. Monica's.
A girls' school.
Girls' school. Since I was a Catholic then, it was strange because I got to be a man teaching girls. And again, heading, deputy head.
Oops.
From there, of course, 1 year later, the head left the school, we carried and became head of St. Monica's. I headed St. Monica's as headmaster of that girls' school for 2 years.
Wow.
From there, then, I left. It's another story in politics now. During that time, I went out because there was what you call UNIP and its government.
Yeah.
I was both a politician and a teacher.
And you survived that?
Yes. There was no friction. It was the same. You are UNIP, you are a teacher, no problem.
Oof.
It was government and UNIP as government.
You can't survive these days. You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. There was no separation. So we are both. Now, when I was at St. Monica's, I was the UNIP decided to train me more.
Okay.
So they sent me to Bulgaria to go and do my master's degree.
Okay.
In economics.
Another upgrade.
Now, when I went to Sofia in Bulgaria, in Europe, spent 2 years, I thought I must get my wife. So I came back to Zambia to come and get my wife.
Let's hold it there. We haven't spoken about your marriage. When did you get married?
I got married when I was at the University of Zambia, 1978.
And specifically, I know back in the days, a majority of you people were being told to marry from your villages.
Yes.
How was yours?
Mine was God-given marriage. Because when I was at Chizongwe, when I was now I'm at the university.
Yeah.
I said, time has arrived for me to marry now, because now I got to marry. So I went back to Ndola.
Not coming to London.
No, I went back to Ndola. There was a girl I eyed.
Okay.
So I went there. This girl, of course, I found she was not married. She did her from 3 or so. It was a go on. She comes from Chipeta.
Okay.
So we married. So it was just a quick thing.
Okay.
And we paid all quickly. Within a month, during holidays, then we shifted back to Lusaka. And she used to stay in Kalingalinga compound to my mother while I was at school at the university myself.
How did Dad react to that?
Very happy, because I obeyed. I'm at Unsa, then now I'm marrying. It was good for him.
Okay.
Now, but what is when I was married there, maybe may I give may at this juncture, I was married to Janet Zimba.
Okay.
We stayed together for 40 years. She left us. She left me. She passed out. She passed on on 4th November 2017.
Oh goodness.
After having lived with her, we had 6 children with her.
Okay.
Big boys and girls. May her soul rest in peace. So that is the woman with whom I grew with.
Okay. For 40 years.
40 years I was married successfully.
Did you remarry at what time?
Yes, I remarried last year. After 4 years. After 4 years of bachelorhood. And I found grandchildren needed a home for them.
Okay.
So lucky enough, I married one again of a Dorcas mother from Chipeta again.
Oof. Chipeta seems to be your place.
Place. I hope it's the last one.
Okay.
Okay, so that's may her soul rest in peace. The one I have here is equally a beautiful woman. She's good. She's a nice woman. The church is happy with her.
Has she been married before?
She was also a widow. She was a widow of 20 years.
Okay.
Her husband passed on some time, so she was alone looking after the children also. For 20 years, the children are grown up. She decides now to marry.
How are you blending?
Blending very well because we're both Christians. I'm a CSDA, an elder in the church. She's a Dorcas mother. We are together. That much has not been a problem. Even the church is happy that at least the church elder has remarried.
All right.
I want to get you back to some interesting thing, you know.
Yeah.
When I was a headmaster, at Chizongwe.
Yeah.
Chizongwe boys know me. When Solomon Jerry were my students. When Ben Piri, those were my very brilliant children. Those ones, Dr. Chipeta, who's late now. When Canisius Banda,
yes,
those were my students. Wherever they are, they know that I'm saying the truth. Wherever they are now, I was the teacher. One of the teachers, though. Now, what interested me in the past, what I've said, I'm the heart. When I was a teacher, I was a young headmaster. Maybe your age, so. So, headmaster's meeting, when I was a young headmaster's meeting, one day, I sat by the corner in a headmaster's meeting. And then somebody comes, the headmaster of my fellow headmaster, comes
from somewhere?
From schools within.
Yeah.
Katete, Chaldiza, whatever. As headmasters, we had the headmasters meeting. We usually have them.
Yeah, okay.
Had them. So then he comes, and then he said, excuse me, can I send you?
Wow.
Meaning me. So I said, to do what? Says, no, I just
wasn't it in a cheeky way?
He didn't know that I was heading Chizongwe, my friend, one of the best schools in Eastern Province.
Goodness.
So when somebody just laughed next to me, said, you're talking to Mwana Wamai. So, Mwana Wamai, so this is Mr. Chipeta. Like, dear, thank you. They couldn't see me, but when they heard of me, I was like that bit too.
So you already had a name. Someone didn't have the picture behind the name.
Chizongwe was a great school, you know it even today. And a young man you're talking of, I think about 31 years of age, heading that school with Bazungu, 76 teaching staff.
Oof.
Those are days when you go in, when the students stand up and teachers in front stand up, bigger than you, more educated than you, masters, what have you, you say destiny. That was one. At the St. Monica's, one time somebody came, said, and he found me checking some file behind my desk.
Yeah.
So he said, come in. He comes in. He said, can I see the headmaster?
And then but he was already speaking to the headmaster.
Headmaster. He said that, just hold on. That. Yeah, but I'm in a hurry. No, just hold on. So I had to go out. I left him that, can you have a seat there? So I went outside.
Yeah.
Then when I came back, I came straight, open the door with the authority,
Yeah.
Just I went to my seat. Can I help you? I could see the guy freeze. So this is the headmaster of St. Monica's girls' school and a man. I said, yeah, can I help you? Why am I saying this? Even when I was at Matero Boys, after St. Monica's, I had to be posted to go and Zambianize the school. I was a Catholic.
Okay.
I had to go to what they call, there was a Zambianization program. So the Catholic decided I go and Zambanize the school, meaning taking over from the brothers. You know, Material Boys Secondary School. It's for the Catholics. Marian brothers. There was Brother Kamai there, all those people. I had to Zambanize it, taking over. Now, that was 1988. By then, I'd come from where? From Sofia. I couldn't go back to Sofia because the teaching profession said I had a duty to Zamanize a school. As a teacher, then I had to leave my studies there just to Zamanize the school. So one time, who comes? And this lady, Morning Kandu. You heard of her?
Yeah.
Morning Kandu comes. She has heard that there is a black headmaster heading school, Material Boys. Let me go and interview her. So she came. And then I was outside. She said, excuse me, can we see the headmaster? They came too with another. I said,
looks can deceive.
I said, simplicity.
Yeah.
I said, that, oh yeah, sure. You want to see it? For what? No, I want to talk to the headmaster. Nadia, for what? She says, excuse me, I've come to interview the headmaster. Nadia, yes, for what? She says, excuse me, are you teaching here? And then I said, oh, just hold on. So I took other duties. I went to the staff room, came back, opened the door, come in. So she went in. She came in, and then I went straight to my desk and sat. And she was there, confused.
Another Chipeta trick.
So I said, then she was confused. And I am. So you Mr. Chipeta. So for that, that's the story. She went to came to snap me for as news on TVZ then. So what am I saying? My contribution to society does not match with my public appearance or public. I don't go to the front. I am in. That's how I've lived life, even in my politics. If you like to find out, you find that it is the inside.
We'll get there.
Went into it.
I know you did mention that by then you could still do politics and then serve as a teacher.
Yes.
There was no problem there.
No problem there.
What was your position in politics by that time?
Well, okay, we go back now. When I was at Songwe, right? I formed up. By then I was the deputy head and heading. We formed up a branch, UNIP branch section. We called it. I've called it the name. We made it in. We created a branch at school. Teachers were supposed to be members of UNIP. Workers. So I was as a headmaster. I became their chairman.
Yeah.
Headmaster and again chairman of UNIP. It didn't matter. So we did. Now, my contribution towards the UNIP integrated the leaders that were there.
Yeah.
Hence choosing me to go and to train what for a master's degree in what they call national management, which was economics.
Yeah.
Outside the country. That's what I told you. I went to Sofia. So it was well blended. From there, I left. When I went to St. Monica's, I continued. I was ward secretary from Sanga Ward. My chairman was Mr. Banda. Navachi Chezo. Those when I say Mr. Chezo, the people would know where he was a great politician there, local level.
Okay.
The chairman of the ward, Kanjara ward. So I was what? I was none. I was the secretary of the ward. From office to the field, in the villages, recruit members for the party, come teach people at school. Nice life.
Okay, now you were taken to Matero. What was it? Were you still a politician by that time?
Yes, I was still a politician by that time. But in Matero, I didn't do my part. Why? By then, the Catholic were not happy to see me concentrate on politics.
Okay.
I had to concentrate administering the school.
Okay.
And that humbled me. Eh? But then, by then, this was now in 1989.
Yeah.
Things were not good in Zambia, especially in town. Here it was okay, but in town there was shortage of sugar, there was shortage of this, and there was cry all around. Crying all around that the economy was getting bad. Of course, you know, it triggered by the racists.
Yeah.
Should we go into that? No. But whatever, the effect was that the economy was very bad. So bad that people took advantage. There was an attempted coup by Solo, by Captain Solo, attempted coup by who's that?
Mwamba Luchembe.
Showing there was saying resistance of the KK regime, or rather by the leadership. UNIP had lost its grip because even the leadership was that of people who were not very educated.
Okay.
So that meant to me that in 1990,
yeah,
I decided to cut my teaching profession. I stopped. I retired. 20 years in service by then I'd done.
Oh.
I had done my 20 years in service by 1990. So I decided to come home again.
But why resign?
Didn't
you still have time to
plenty?
To save?
I was headmaster also. I was even given the opportunity to go and head Kamara Secondary School if I thought Material Boys was a small school. I was given time to offer to go and get Isoka Secondary School if I thought I wanted to be in a boarding school. I said, I'm going back home. Why? The situation was bad. Then there was the element of instability in the country. Sadness, there was disturbances. I thought I must follow the line. Not a reason, but I could feel that there must be a change.
Did you make too much money that you decided to quit at
no money.
An early age?
No. It's just the passion of service. That's all. I found there was another way I can do. So I decided to come home.
What were you doing when you came back home?
When I come back here, because I had that money now for retired, when I retired, I bought a vehicle.
Yeah.
To me, it was enough. I came here and began to work with Pilato Zimba, if you may have heard of him. When Nyirongo, when Kondowe, Robbie Kondowe. These ones where we started what we call Matipate. Against UNIP. Why? Yes, things were changing and we could feel it. It's like you are playing for Manchester and then perhaps you must go to Manchester United, you must go to Manchester City, therefore. It's the same thing. Where do you contribute better? So okay. I thought the time had come for us to do what? To do change democracy. And we are the ones who registered the MMD here in Lundas. I'm the founder of MMD here, Matipate, here, with helped by Biswayo, Christian Tembo, that's here. So we did that. William Banda were the ones who fought William Banda. When I say this, people say, Kamjalagakas, Kakalipo Kas.
Okay.
That was.
Which year was this?
1991,
okay.
92, 93. I was.
You were still an active member of the MMD.
Active member of the MMD. I was secretary of the district secretary of MMD. In 1992, we had elections. I was the constituency chairman for Lundas Central for 8 years.
Eesh.
I was running this. Everybody knows. I've been running this as a member as MMD during my time. That's when we had Soil Band standing.
Yeah.
We had Chrisford Nguluwe.
Yeah.
I personally helped Chrisford Nguluwe as a chairman to campaign for him against UNIP, and he won this one.
How did you work with Dingiswayo Banda.
Dingiswayo Banda, in fact, me, I was running the MMD here. Dingiswayo Banda was in UNIP. So he was convinced there that he must resign and join UNIP. So where could he stand? He said he was going to stand where? In Lundas here. So when he came here, I was supposed to be one to stand, but I gave away. I said, I think Amdala is our idol. So we gave him away. Now, of course, UNIP was still strong. And he lost.
Goodness.
He lost. I think so. Lost to, I can't remember who that one is, to Mkondolungu. He lost. And when he to Mkondolungu, he lost. I think so. Banda. This Mukule.
Yes.
He knows me very well. Because when his father lost elections, it was him, Dingswayo Banda, and me, and Mukule. This
the current DAO,
our current
district
DAO.
administrative
yes,
officer.
our young man. To me, is young. We had to. He knows it. From there, then we had to condole our wedding swire. Went with him to the Castle Hotel. Did those days it was rough. We were talking of burning a tire there, saying they have killed the Dingswire. You know, those days UNIP was fire.
I know, with the opportunities that you've had along the way, it could have been a different story. You would have contested and would have been talking about something else. Why have you chosen to take a back seat and push others to be seen out there?
That's what I started from the beginning. I am the heart, not the head. I work within and make things fat. Appreciation is by those that know the truth about what I'm able to do. I contribute seriously to development of my command without me claiming the top seat. I am always in the back. Only one time in 2006, I decided to challenge who, because by then I was in MMT was trying to be funny, so I quit it, and then we formed PF. I was the district chairman for PF, originator is Chifumu Chipeta, and we fielded Mr. Piri, Kanyenda, as our first PF cadet here. You know, it's I who was the chairman by that time. Now, just to cut you short, you are saying, why don't you run? When I had done my part, after Mr. Piri failed to win a seat here for PF, I was there now. Said, this time is my turn. And Wasata was with me. What have you? You were standing. And then what happens in 2006? Somebody else, Makunilongo, was selected by the province and announced there that he was going to be the one to stand for Ndaz. I decided to stand as independent. And if you may not have been around, but there was independent Chifumu Chipeta on tractor. I just used the radio. I didn't have money to go around, but I did very well because I was already popular. But then you have to meet people one-to-one in politics, huh?
Yeah.
So that part, I didn't mean to win, but I was challenging the idea that I was one running the show, but you put this was here.
When was the time you decided to say, let me go back to UNIP?
There was a time when we went by, we had the now PF coming, Then I saw you, PF. I said, no. PF. Then you can't, I couldn't see life in it.
Okay.
I saw Wasata. We one-to-one. But I saw Wasata that it is sort of an intuition that he would not lead the party effectively. And for sure, Lord have mercy on us, he left us. And then there was this other gentleman who came in, messed up things. But within that time, I decided, well, let me not go back to UNIP, but let me oppose the present government at my level.
Okay.
So I decided to revamp UNIP. My UNIP, not really to be what, but just to have a platform to check on what the PF was doing. So I decided to form UNIP and to revamp UNIP. Sad to say, UNIP hadn't the resources to give out for such kind of what a venture. But locally, we did what we did, talk too much. We came around, we talked too much.
I know off the cuff, you actually told me that you've written a book. Let's get to that story.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
Let's get to that story. At what point did you think of writing a book, and what was this book all about?
Yes, sure. I'm an educationist. I think I am. In the education sector, I'm a poet, literature. And I wrote a book, published a book in 2000. Multimedia Zambia published my book called Down Sunset Avenue and Other Poems. You can Google Chifumu Chipeta and you'll find they are there. The books that are so far published. They're there.
Okay.
So I was Down Sunset Avenue and Other Poems was the book which I had area on. And so this book, together with Mr. Ngangula's book, Ngangula, you may have heard of Ngangula, Dream Within Dreams. Then also Mr. Chiluba's, late Chiluba, our president, Democracy. That time was, my book was also. So among the books that were published by Multimedia Zambia, mine was selected by Michigan State University.
Wow. That's where I've done my journalism from. They elected me for journalism.
Yes, this is the book. Down Sunset Avenue Under the Poems. It was in Africa. This is the book that is one of the books that was selected as an African series book by African Book Collectives in 2004. Now this book was being republished by Michigan State University Press. And they published thousands and thousands and thousands and distributed them all over the world from 2000 to 2011. For 10 years, they have been doing. Now,
maybe before we look at the republishing and all that, what's this book all about?
It's about poetry. It contains about 21 poems depicting life in Zambia, depicting the philosophy of an African, depicting life of a black man, and depicting life then, at that time, the conflicts of the youth growing up. So there are a number of poems there, which are on different subjects. Now, depending on which one they are, it covers a lot. Because what happened was, when this book was published, and all over, you could imagine it was some of the work was what can we call it now? They got here. You could find that book was used as in Zimbabwe as a text. In Zimbabwe as a text, in high schools, teaching literature. UNZA did not honor. But we would find in Nigeria, they were using the book. Nottingham University, it was. Then what is most interesting is that there were poems which the Russians had to take and translate in their own language.
Oops.
Translated in Russian language. And they also, again, some of them in Jewish language, depending on which poems they are. I've not seen them myself, but Googling around, I found that there were poems that were actually used in their areas.
Okay. But what was your motive behind this book?
It's recording times of those times, instances of the times, that was one. bringing out issues. You should read the poems, then you understand what they are. But they are varied. There are those on the education, there are those on morals, there are those on the environment, there are those on justice, there are different types, Christianity, ABCD, school life, all those. So different types of themes. So the aim was a wholesome approach to life for the young by then.
I know writing a book is not just an easy story that you can just create overnight and have it there. What was the investment like for you to have this book published before it reached all those levels?
Yes, incidentally, I took time from in 2000. By then I'd retired. I went to university and began to work with people like the late Professor Mutonga, Popa, this man, the current Dix Mansa, vice chancellor of the Open University. Those were my lecturers. So it was the kind of approach that I wanted to bring out, because I already had area interest in bringing out stories and what have you.
Okay.
At St. Monica's, we published poems there, which we took for airing in Kitwe by the Poetry Corner.
Okay.
Poetry Corner. Again, me, I won as what's the BBC Award for the Best Poet in 2000. Again, Ngoma Award, I was runners up.
Ooh.
I was number 2, runners up. My book went number 2 in Intercontinental.
Okay, let's look at the realization of this book. How has it benefited you as a writer?
Sadly, Stephen, still very sadly, because what happened was, when this book was published by Michigan State by Multimedia Zambia, taken up by Michigan State University for worldwide distribution on behalf of what we called African Books Collective. This was in Glasgow, in Oxford, not Glasgow, Oxford in England. These are based in Oxford in England. So what they said, I didn't know. I knew 2004 that my book is being sold everywhere. You could find that there's a lot of money, dollars or what have you. So they said they had to, my loyalties were sent to me through African Books Collectives in Britain.
Oops.
Now, they were sent to me. So who could give it to me? Michigan State Multimedia had then had seized, what do you call it, went into liquidation.
Yeah.
Now, the case is with Interpol. The case is with Interpol.
When did you open that case?
This case was opened in 2012.
And it's dragging. It's taking long.
No, from that then there have been a lot of hitches and what have you. I tell you, I have no. You go there today, they'll tell you, oh no. Since I live in Undaz, I don't stay in Lusaka, and these offices are in Lusaka. There's a breakdown.
Oops.
But otherwise, it's a very simple thing, my dear brother. The question is, if the African Books Collectives sent the money to Chifumu Chipeta, which bank do they use? Is it true that they can't find the bank? Where did they send the money? You know, it is this idea whereby, it's this situation whereby there's a lot of, trickery.
Is there a possibility of recovering this money now?
I wish there could be. As this is a public appeal to Michigan State University, if they are able to get me, that the money that was supposed to be given to me has not reached me yet. This is a public appeal, even to African books collectives, if they really send the money to Zambia, Chifumu Chipeta has not gotten it. Where is the money? This is a public appeal to the ministry, to Zambia Police, Interpol, because they have my record. Perhaps they can now wake up, find that they should definitely find out who got the money. Because I am in the village without anything, yet I have done that far. So it's a challenge to, it's a nice story, it's a case study for those that would mind. Whoever is listening, even the Catholic Secretariat, they were the ones who published the book there. So I would appeal to say, cases never die. If this man is hanging somewhere, may it come back to me. If it's maybe heaped somewhere, I'm still living, I'm not dead yet. So thank you for asking me that question. I am appealing that if this could be resolved, well, I think I can give my tithe to my God and thank him for having used me.
Having lived this kind of a life that you've lived, having achieved all that you have achieved today, you've written the book, though that hasn't given you any revenue, but you have the qualification. You have taught a lot of people who are big people today. We're talking about Dr. Canisius Banda and many others. How would you want Mr. Chipeta Chifumu to be remembered?
To be remembered as I would rather be remembered as a good man. Very thoughtful, very loving, contributing at his best. It's those that, especially my products at St. Monica's, they're big people. Matero Boys, they're big people. Chizongo Secondary School, they're big people. They should realize that there is their headmaster who's still living, and he was their educationist. I'm sure they are grateful for what they are. For me, I'm happy that I lived my life because I've wanted the society to grow. Through my contribution maybe in my books, through contribution in my teaching career, perhaps even in my politics here local, I've contributed to the society. I've given them a thought that there is need for justice and development. They should remember me that I was like the heart in their bodies who could make things move, even if I may not have my hands receiving the rewards that I deserve. But I'm happy that I did what I did.
Mr. Chipeta, thank you once again for sparing time to speak with us.
I'm most humbled, young man. I also wish you well. Being the first young man here in Nundazi in this field, we wish you the best. Blessings.
Mr. Chipeta Chifumu, our guest this particular time. I'm Stephen Nkoma, and this is Kanele Remembers. And indeed, we remember this great man of the soul. Bye-bye for now.
Kanele Remembers.